Alright, today we're working on this lion's head violin. We're getting ready to put the new fingerboard on. It's a test clamp. Make sure it's straight and that it fits. It's just perfect width right there where it joins the body. And looks like it's pretty straight. Yep. Yeah, get it right in the middle there. Make sure it's lined up here, pretty lined up on the left side. This side there's a little bit of overhang on one side, but yep, that's as straight as it's going to get there, right there. It's pretty dang straight. But we do have a couple of problems. One is the fingerboard is slightly warped this way, mainly right at the end there. It drops off. This is pretty flat up to there. That's partly because of the age. The old fingerboard warped along with the neck, so that fit pretty well. The other thing that happens over 100 years is it gets twisted. If you look at this from the head down, it's got a little bit of a twist going this way, because this peg up here, the highest peg, over time pulls it that way. Anyway, to compensate for that, about all we can do is make this flat and use the strength of the ebony to pull it into place. But you can also see that the edges, we've tried to straighten this and get it cleaned up. We're not doing any right there because that's where it falls down. We'll make sure it's flat. It's pretty flat. But we want to make sure the edges are going to hit. And as you can see with the scraper, the edge is still a little lower. It's not perfectly flat there. Pretty dang close though. Nice piece of wood there. So we did do a test clamp. We also left this little shim here from the old nut, kind of has helped position it. So we got the hot glue heating up, and we'll do a little test clamp here. That's just to hold it in place here. We're going to get the other clamps on. Don't need that anymore. Okay, that closes up real nice on this side. Pretty close on this side. Use these Jorgensen clamps, which will fit the angle properly. And it straightened it right out. So we will probably put an extra clamp in there, make sure we have plenty of clamps. Okay. The other thing we did was we cleaned up the top, because it's pretty hard to clean underneath there once you get the fingerboard on. So we cleaned that up, gave it a quick French polish to seal it. Get rid of that sawdust. See how our hot glue is doing. Yeah, it looks pretty good. A little bit thick, but add a little water. It's very important to have the right viscosity of that glue. And we'll wipe away any sawdust to get that wood slightly damp so it doesn't dry out real quick. We've already flattened this fingerboard, made sure it was perfectly flat. So let's throw on some glue. Oh yeah, the other thing was, it's a little extra wide there at the top, so just going to take a few shavings off. It's easier to do when it's off of the instrument. There's a bit of overhang there. Yeah, we'll take a little bit more off. Yeah, that's good. And maybe a little bit more. Yeah, that leaves very little extra to do afterwards. First I made a mess here, which I didn't mean to do. Should have done it over the paper. Alright, so still damp, that's good. And we'll apply some glue. Don't need much. And we'll put that on there, wiggle it around. Yeah, we've got good coverage here. So we'll try and get it properly positioned right where we want it. While that glue gets tacky. We want this edge here lined up perfectly. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I went this way. And I'll put the other side on. Yeah, you can see the glue squeeze start coming out as we tighten this up. Make sure it's still aligned properly. A little bit off there. Okay, you can see we got good glue squeeze there. Move this one back just a little bit. We'll clean most of that glue off while we got a good view of it. And we'll put a final clamp on right up here. Yeah, that's the critical spot where it was twisted. And it looks like it's going to close up most of the way. I don't know if I can get my clamp in there. I have to move this clamp down a little bit. There we go. And we're right up to the edge there on that little nut shim. Clamp all, get all the glue off. Got that done just in time. You only got about 5 minutes working time with that glue before it starts setting up and gelling. Yeah, we already cleaned off that side, but we'll give her another once over. Now some repair technicians will use 2 blocks perfectly flat and put them on there. But when you have it twisted like that, sometimes the result isn't optimal. And we'll double check that that's nice and straight. Yep, nice and straight. I'll catch up with us next time when we take the clamps off and glue the rest of it. Fit the shim or fit the nut on and do some finish work. And we'll have to fit some pegs too. Thanks for watching.